Hello, Preben. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
As you know, it's so nice to have you here today. Norwegian finally on my YouTube channel. So I'm very excited, and my subscribers also were very excited. We got a lot of questions for you, and I selected a few that I thought might be more interesting. But before we start with the questions, would you like to maybe present yourself briefly in English?
Of course, yes. Nice to be here. It was always a pleasure to be here. I was actually looking at your channel, and it was really like a good match for what I'm doing as well. So it matches up perfectly, and I'm really glad to be here. My name is Preben, Preben Carlsen. I'm from a small city in the north of Norway. So it's called Mo i Rana, where I'm actually from. I was living there until I was 19. Then I went to Spain for a couple of years. Then I went to Italy as well. Yeah, went to Italy. After that, I went to Italy. So it was really like just experiences a little bit, been to some different countries, and then yeah, that's what I'm doing. And actually now I'm actually ended up studying engineering, and I'm a Norwegian teacher as well. So it's kind of like I didn't expect this thing to happen. I was like, yeah, so I really like this thing I'm doing now. I'm living in Italy at the moment, and it's really interesting. Yeah, that's a little bit of story about me.
That's exciting. Which kind of engineering are you studying?
It's computer engineering. I just started a few months ago with some math and physics. So it's a bit. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it, But yeah, it's really exciting.
I guess so. Not easy.
Yeah, no, not that easy. No.
Challenging.
Yeah, for sure. I like it.
As you probably already know, my some of my subscribers on YouTube also would like to learn Norwegian language.
Yeah.
That's why they follow me, actually. So would you like to briefly present yourself also in Norwegian? So we can check what they learn if they can understand you.
Selvfølgelig. Jeg heter Preben Carlsen. Jeg er 24 år gammel. Jeg er fra en liten by som heter Mo i Rana i Nord-Norge. Og så har jeg har bodd i Italia og Spania i 3 eller 4 år. Så jeg har vært litt rundt og reist litt rundt i Europa. Men nå for tiden så bor jeg i Trento i Italia, så jeg liker det veldig godt. Og så studerer jeg dataingeniør, og så er jeg norsklærer. Så det gjør jeg på fritiden og i livet mitt. Så ja, det var litt om meg.
Thank you. I think it's the first time my subscribers can hear a real Norwegian on my channel, because usually I'm Norwegian, but my Norwegian is not that good. So, and let me say that you have a really nice accent.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah.
It's good. Yes, I like it actually, and it's really nice to learn with someone who can speak so clearly. So in the beginning, it helps.
Yeah, really. I'm sure you can agree with me. Like to learn with someone you can actually speak with, interact with, is really good way to learn. Yeah.
Yes. Great. So maybe we can start with the first question.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So I got many questions. So my subscribers were really curious about you and your life and why you moved to Italy and so on. And this is a question I got, I think, 20 times. When did you move to Italy and why?
Good question, actually. People ask me this a lot, because actually I live in the north, and there's not really a lot of Norwegian people living here. So people are why did you came here? So I get the question a lot.
Yes.
Actually, it's kind of a funny story. I was before I was playing football, like semi-professional football. So it's like I was traveling in Spain. I was living in Spain, and then I actually got I met kind of at the same time. I met like a girl in Spain. She was there on Erasmus. And then actually I met at kind of the same time, I got like in contact with an agent in Italy, like in, it's called a place in Viareggio, which is in a little bit more in the south, like close to Pisa in Italy. I got the opportunity to go there and play football. And I was thinking, yeah, I want to, I always want to experience, like, okay, let's go. Didn't even think that much. It's like closer to my girlfriend as well. So it's like, yeah, let's try. I was really, yeah. And it was kind of scary in the beginning, because I didn't speak Italian, nothing. Just going there and trying, And yeah, I went there for a little bit, and then exactly when I came, it's really funny. But when I came, Corona started coming, and then the football, they was shut down everything. So it's like a little bit of bad luck, but I ended up actually moving kind of with my girlfriend to Trento, which is more in the north. I'm sure people know where it is. And then I was just there. I've been there now for 2 years almost. So yeah, it's a bit my story.
Wow.
Yep.
That's really an exciting story.
Yeah.
Nice. So would you like to keep playing football when Corona is over, or you're just starting now? And
I think I started studying, and I actually kind of like this lifestyle as well, because when I was playing football, I was always going a lot of places. It was a little bit like exhausting for me. I was always going around. If you play football, and especially if you're going here in Spain and Italy, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of it's really exhausting in the long term. You have to go a lot of places. If the club doesn't want you anymore, you have to go to another club. It's like really a lot of things. I get a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit stressed in the end, a little bit like exhausted. So I kind of ended up actually liking this lifestyle as well. I'll see, maybe when the Corona goes away completely, I'll see if I go start up again, maybe at a lower level or something. But I love my lifestyle is like this. I'm not good at predicting the future, but right now I'm happy like this. So we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, good luck. Nice.
Yeah.
But do you think it's much more easy to play football at a high level in Norway than in Southern Europe?
Yeah, I think, but it's kind of like, it's difficult to say, because to reach a high level in Norway, when I speak in high level, like I'm speaking about like professionally. If you want to go professionally in Italy, it's obviously more difficult, more high level, but there's also more opportunities because there's more clubs. If you go to Serie C, like the third level, or even Serie D, you can actually get paid. You can actually get money there. That's the good thing about Italy. You have so many things, like there's more money there. There's like kind of, you can get in there. Like if you know some connections, some people, you can actually get in there. Like you can actually live for football in Italy, even though if you're not like super top in your country, In Norway, you have to be like, if you want to live in Norway, you have to be like top in your country. Like there's a lot of even in the first division in Norway that actually have to struggle with money actually. So that's the difference there. There's less money for sure in Norway, like in the football area. So that's the kind of the difference there. And also, yeah, there's a big difference. Also, like my style of playing is more Italian style, I would say. Like Norwegian is more like physical, more like direct football. I like more like to play like the Italian style. I really like it, Spanish Italian style. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. That was not planned. Last two questions for this because
it's speaking.
I keep with the questions we got from my subscribers. Oh, that's interesting as well. Which is the best climate according to you, Italian or Norwegian?
I don't know. I really think that for me, because I like the sun. I'm mostly like, I just came out from the sun a little bit burned actually, a little bit. So I really like the Italian weather. I love it, especially now. There's been some weeks now with rain, but now it's really, I can see that the summer is here. I really see it, and I really love this type of weather. So I'm definitely like a beach boy, people call me, because I really like this weather. I like the sun. I like these things. I'm really like more for Italian weather. But there's a fact that I really like also, when I go to Norway, I go in summer sometimes, and I go in the winter. And the winter is really nice because we have the nature, especially when it's a little bit cold. We go skiing. It's actually something I really like as well. So I think that I like both at a certain level, but for sure, I would prefer like the overall the Italian climate for sure. More sun, yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Should you decide which one you would prefer, Italian?
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. I would choose Italian weather, but Norwegian weather is not that bad actually. Especially in winter, as you said, when it's snow and you can go ski and do stuff in the nature.
Yes, it's like you winter. You have winter. Like it's cold. What it's going to be snowing.
Yes.
For me, it's the in the summer. It's a bit like you want it to be like, oh, it's going to be hot, and it's like you go outside. And it's like, oh, it's just 15.
Yes. Yeah. And 15 is really good temperature if it's not windy and if it's sunny. Otherwise, it's still quite hot. It's not really summer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we agree that Norwegian weather is not that bad overall.
That's
I
true.
think.
That's true. Yeah.
People are really scared, and many people write me, but I know it's so cold and rainy. Not always, not every day.
I got the same as well. I have the same. People ask me, like, they're really scared of the climate. They'll be like, "Oh, I cannot do it. I'm going to be depressed." I'm like, no, just relax. Is that, yeah. So I'm really I'm trying to tell them, like, no, it's a for sure is something. I think the biggest challenge is, in my opinion, like around December, that period when, especially if you go to the north, we can maybe have days with just 1-2 hours of light. So that's the kind of the challenge for me. But I also know that for me, when I was there, I was used to it. My parents, my family, everyone is there. They have no problem. They're a little bit like, oh, like, I miss the sun. But if you get used to it, it's not in my opinion, it's not bad. It's just like, if you come from, like, maybe Italy or Spain, you come directly to December for 2 months, it's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be like, yeah, let's get shocked. Yeah.
But people can survive. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
This also was very interesting, I think. Did you have any assumptions or stereotypes about Italy and Italians before moving to Italy? So how do Norwegians see Italians? And how did you change your mind about any of those assumptions now that you live in Italy?
Oh, that's a good question. I think. I think that when I was living in Norway, when I was 19 or before that in my life, I also think about Italians as people who are, like, outside enjoying life, social people. We always picture, like, Italians, like, they go to the beach with a drink. It's like open people, you know. And then maybe, like, a little bit, a little bit more like they're open, a little bit more like crazy, a little bit more like messy, more like that type of style, you know. And when I got there, I realized that there's like in my opinion, like I don't know, there's like a bit divided. I feel like here in the north, there's everything. The people, like, things are organized. People are really. I see, like, more like there's not a lot of difference from Norway and north of Italy, in my opinion, about that thing. The only difference is that maybe here in Italy, people are more open. They go to the bars. They go for have a aperitivo. You know, they do a lot of those things. You know. So there's really, for sure, that part for me is really important as well. Also, like, people are more open. That's really funny, and I like it. That maybe when I changed was that I saw that exactly that people are actually like I don't know, a little bit more than Norwegian style than I thought when I got here. Obviously, I went to the south also, where it was a little bit more disorganized, a little bit more people. It's like like a little bit different than there. But I feel like, you know, in general, like, that's the thing that changed me. But it was a nice thing to see that it was some things were true, and sometimes some things were, like, true in some cases. Like, maybe if you go to different places, it's really different. So that was really interesting, because I feel in Norway we are really more, I don't know, just in my opinion, I haven't seen them, but we are more like, you can see that there's more or less the same things. You don't have those big gaps like in Italy. That's really surprising to me. Like, you have, like, things so different. That was really interesting to me. Yeah.
Yes, I got quite the same impression when I moved to Norway, actually.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. I think actually people in northern Italy are much more similar to Norwegians in a way than people from southern Italy, like in Sicily or Puglia.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice place. Also, Puglia is a super nice place.
Yes, it's so nice. I miss Italy so much.
Yeah, I think it just, for me, when I think about Puglia, I just remember, like, we're gonna. I hope you're gonna get into this, but the food there is so nice. Like, yeah.
Yes, in southern Italy they have so nice food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Now, next one. Should you come back to Norway, is there one thing you would like to bring back with you from Italy?
Oh, wow.
Just one thing.
I think there has to be I think it has to be like the really good, like the quality, the burrata, the cheese. Like the really, like
It's my
you go to Puglia, to Bari or something. You just get the nicest one, like the super from a good quality restaurant, and I will bring that.
yeah.
That's the one thing I will bring.
Yes,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah. I was actually, because when I was living here in Trento, I always tasted the mozzarella, you know, and people were really like, "You have to try the mozzarella." It's like, come on, like, what is this? It's like I tried it, it's like, oh my god. And then people actually took me to the next level. Like, you have to try the, what's it called, the mozzarella bufala. I was like, whoa, it's like, this is next. I think like there's nothing better. And then last year I went to Puglia, to Gallipoli, and then we actually had the burrata. I was like, I never tried anything better.
Yes, that's true. I think
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah, it's really, that's really something that I always heard it when I was in Norway. It was like the food there is really good also. That's the thing I didn't say, but the food there is obviously, like, Italian food is something like traditional in the whole world. People know about Italian food, you know. And then I went there. I was thinking, like, you know, like, I'm Norwegian. I'm not used to eat good. I'm just used to, like, okay, you go home, you just, like, you, no, seriously, like, you go to you take a microwave and you, like, you eat food, whatever you have, you know, in a quick thing, you know. I come to Italy
Yeah.
and I see, like, people here, like families, they're cooking for 4 hours. We're gonna make the ragu, like pasta. Like, whoa, like so. It's so different. That's one of the things that really super shocked me. Like, how much time and effort they use for making quality food is something really
Mm,
interesting.
yeah. Mm-mm. Yes. In
Yeah,
Italy, everything is about food.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's really true. It's something that yeah, maybe one of my favorite things. That would be the food. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
That's nice. I think my subscribers are going to appreciate what you said. We Italians, we love to talk about food. So
Yeah, I really know. Yeah, that's the other thing, was a funny thing when I speak with like friends here and stuff. Like in Norway, you don't sit around the table and speak about food. I come here, like, you're sitting here and you're speaking about, like, the quality of the wine, the uvas. I was like, I've never seen anything like this. That's so
this
like
is
funny.
not enough. You have to talk about it to really enjoy your experience.
Yeah, I'm actually starting. I'm starting on to get affected a little bit. I'm starting to, like, taste some wines, to, you know, some different regions, and people, like, really. It's like when I speak with people, I can have something. Oh yeah, I tried the wine from Sicily, for example. It's really nice. You know, like it's funny.
Yeah, so you're going to make a lot of friends in Italy.
Yeah,
If you can speak with food and wine, no problem.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, next one. Um, what's the thing you miss the most about Norway?
Hmm. That is good question. I think maybe, yeah, in the winters when we have cold weather, we have snow, and there's still, like, dark. We go out with the family. We go to, like, the woods, and we drive, like, you know, if you heard about, like, snowmobiles. It's like you drive on the snow.
Mhm.
It's like a vehicle. You drive on the snow and you can go, like, I don't know if you have it in Italy, but in Norway it's really common. We go to the mountains, we drive the snowmobile, and we stay out the whole day, and then we in the night we go inside the sauna to get the warm. Super nice. That thing is something that I want to go. When I go back in the winter, I'm going to do that. It's one of the best things for me to go, maybe with friends or family. You just go for a trip in the mountain. You have go maybe you ice fishing, and you go in a sauna, and yeah, it's something really nice. That thing I miss, actually, from Norway.
Mm.
That's something really nice. Yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine. It's not, we don't have such a big tradition in
yeah.
Italy about going out in winter. Maybe in the region where you're living,
Hmm.
it's quite snowy in winter as well, but it's not that as much as in Norway, I
Yeah,
guess.
that was
For
interesting as well.
example, right,
Yeah,
but,
that was interesting as well. I
mm,
think that people in Norway in general, they're actually they're more out in the nature. I feel like okay, you go to work, you come home, and then you go to you like, let's go for a trip, even if you're tired, but let's go in the mountain, also in the night, just go to get some exercise,
Yes.
see the nature. I really feel that thing is something actually nice in Norway. You go out more in the nature, people really appreciate it. It's really a really nice thing. And also everything in Norway is, everything is like, you can use this also here in Trento. It's like you can go out in nature to enjoy it. It's super nice. Everyone can use it. It's so super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I feel we in Italy are a bit more scared about nature.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I feel like it's so funny when if it's like in the like in the in summer in Norway, it can rain quite a lot. So it's like I'm used to like the rain. I'm used to those things. I was saying when we were gonna go out the other day with my friend, and then it started raining, and I was, let's go, and he was like, no, I don't want to go because it's raining. I was like, come on, it's just rain, and he was getting a little bit like scared, like, no, I don't want to go. I was like, come on, it's just rain. I was, yeah, that was a big difference. I see people here, they're more like careful with the weather. If it's not like like sun, you have to be good. If not, we don't go out that much.
well, yeah, it's very typical Italian, and
Yeah.
I was so surprised when I moved to Norway and I
Yeah.
saw that yes, you can basically go out every day, no matter which which is the weather. But I guess it's normal. Otherwise, you would have the chance to enjoy nature maybe 5 days per year. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Makes much more sense to just go out, in whichever condition.
Yeah. I like
Yes,
that.
but it's something you can teach to your Italian friends. So they're going to survive.
I try to teach them. I think it's going to take me some time.
Yeah, slowly, step by step, but
yeah. Now
it takes time. But we
yeah.
I learned to do it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you did learn? I guess.
Yeah, I'm not so brave as real Norwegians, but I spend much more time out in nature now, even if it's not perfect weather.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
that's really good.
Slowly, as I said,
Yeah.
step by step, but I'm getting used to it.
Slowly. Perfect. Yeah.
Yes. Still, I'm Italian, so
yeah, still Italian.
I have to be careful. Okay, thank you. Next one. So for all the people that are following this and watching this video, just try to go out, even if it's not super nice weather.
I agree.
Next one. What do you think about, yes. What do you think about Italian language? Is it difficult? Are you trying to learn it?
I actually, because I like I said, I was living in Spain before, so I knew some Spanish, so I can speak Spanish a little bit. So that helped me really a lot because there's quite similar, But I felt really like Italian is really more complex. There's so much things, rules, and so many. There's so many like types of verbs, like there's so many so many things to think about, so many gender, like there's so many things I have to get a little bit confused. It's definitely more difficult than Spanish, but I feel like I learn a lot by listening. I have some friends here. My girlfriend is from here, so I kind of interact a lot with Italian. So I picked up quite fast. My level now is not super good. I have maybe like medium level, so I can speak, have basic conversations and stuff.
Okay.
And I feel like it's been a really nice thing because I can interact with Italians. It's super nice. But I feel it is I would say it is quite difficult language actually. I have never learned Norwegian by myself because I am Norwegian, but I'm teaching Norwegian. And I think that I think that it can be that maybe it's just my perception, but Norwegian and Spanish and maybe English as well is actually like easier to learn than Italian, because Italian, and also people say this as well, people who learn a lot of languages, they say that Italian and Portuguese actually also is a difficult language. It's maybe the most too difficult because there's so many things. There's so many things you have to learn. So for sure, it's been actually for me as well. It's I know the things, but people say like a word and it's like what, and then it's because this is a rule because this gender and this type. I was like what? I didn't. There's so many things, So it takes time. Yeah.
That's true. We have many rules.
Yeah. It's a bit.
The grammar is quite complex. We have to bend verbs, and yes, there are many exceptions.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I was taking like I was thinking about going to like a university here like before some years ago, and then I remember I had to do a test, and then it was like a test of, I think it was B2 if I'm not wrong. And then I remember I was studying for the test, and then I went to like my girlfriend and my friends, like show them the test. Like here, it's like there was some rules that not even them they were, what, they didn't even know themselves. Like, so that was so funny. It's like I didn't even know this thing myself. So I was like,
Yes, because, we might be able to speak, but if we have to explain the rule, and this rule is really advanced, it's difficult also for us to.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Explain it, right?
Yeah, I guess if you're Italian, maybe you don't think about this thing. You just speak, and then you
Of
think.
course,
Yeah.
Of course, we study grammar at school, but
yeah,
not many people can remember some very specific rules after many years of.
Yeah, exactly.
But from what I heard before, when you were mentioning some Italian food, your pronunciation is really good.
Oh, really? That's.
Yeah. And it's not really easy to pronounce correctly Italian words.
So. Yeah, I don't know about my pronunciation. I'm just. I think I'm just. I'm not really thinking that much. Maybe I have heard so much that I get some things. But
I reproduce.
Yeah. Yeah, I also heard the same, that Italian pronunciation is quite difficult as well. Yeah.
Yes, it's really difficult to sound like a real Italian.
Yeah.
Good luck with Italian. Yes, grammar is much more difficult. Yes, as I'm teaching foreign languages here in Norway, so what I usually say to my students is that it's not really important that you speak perfectly like a native. It's just important that you can understand other people and make yourself understood.
Yeah.
This is important with foreign languages.
I agree with that.
Anything?
Yeah, I think that maybe there's especially when you start with a new language, I think there's a kind of like a mistake that people do, that they try. I want to try to sound Norwegian. I want to try to sound Italian. And I think it's a problem, because it's not the point, especially in the beginning. It's not about sounding like, you have to be like, yourself. It have to be something that comes natural from you. And I think it's something that if you're going to put the list that high, I'm going to sound like a Norwegian, I'm going to sound like an Italian, then it becomes like you're always like reaching for that, and it's like can dismotivate you. If you just go out there like with a playful mindset, kind of just enjoying it, try to study, just start with the basic, the grammar, just learn the rules. Don't think about the pronunciation, don't think about anything yet, just learn the basics, how it works, maybe some structures, some greetings, find someone to interact with, and then don't put too much pressure. It takes maybe it takes to sound like a fluent, maybe it's never happened. Maybe it takes 10 years or 5 years, depending, of course, how much you do it. But it takes so much time that you just have to kind of learn to enjoy the process. You have to learn to enjoy the mistakes about sounding like a fool,
Yeah. I totally agree with you. There's no point to focus on unnecessary things in the beginning.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be stressful, you're going to lose motivation, and you're going to focus on things that you don't really need.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think I see it a lot with students I teach as well in Norwegian, that they're really trying to, go out there and maybe like they go to Norway, and then I don't understand the news, like they really come stressed, like I didn't understand anything. And I was like, relax, it takes time. I think it's just obviously like on the news they speak about the government, they speak about the COVID, like different medical concepts. Of course, also for me, I'm like, I don't understand anything. So I think it's just to start out with the more like, okay, like really simple stuff, and then you can build getting some conversations, but definitely wait with hearing all the things.
Yes, basic stuff. As I said, when you start learning a new language, maybe you start learning a new language when you're 30 years old or 40 years old, but you in that language, you're not 30 or 40, you are 5,
Yeah,
6
exactly.
years old. You
Yeah,
have to express yourself like a child,
yeah,
basically.
yeah,
To choose to read and see stuff that are
yeah,
according to your level, right?
yeah,
It's no point in reading newspapers if you don't have the
yeah,
grammar and vocabulary to do so.
yeah,
Just read a book for children and you're going to understand 90%,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
It's maybe not that interesting, but it's going to help you.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a really,
In a newspaper about COVID is not going to help. You're not going.
No, yeah, that's a good point. I think that especially in my language courses, we always focus on things that we actually use. It's for me, in my opinion, it's so important, especially in the beginning, that we learn the things that we use every day, like greetings, how are you, like what have you done today, things that you use every day, like with friends. I'm not gonna. I don't teach people like the government, like things in the government, or like even like words like in the beginning. If you focus on things like different types of specific food or oven, things that like all the animals, like what are you gonna do with all the animals if you're trying to have conversation? Yeah, that's like in my opinion, like that's why I focus my courses on things like interactions, like how can you go to a bar and order coffee. In my opinion, is more interesting to me than my students than instead of teaching you like something about, I don't know, some like I said, about cooking or like food specifically.
Yes.
I know how to say a type of cheese in Norwegian. Like you don't even need it that much. This is my perspective, and I teach this in my lessons as well. So yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I think your strategy works.
Yeah.
Very recommended. Next one. Do you like Italian food? But we already discussed that a bit. So if there's anything you want to add, you're free to do that.
I think that obviously, like I said, I really love the Italian food, and compared to especially with Norwegian food is something like you cannot even compare those two things. Like I don't even know how you survive in Norway with the food there. I think
a lot.
It's just for me. It's been like I said. I think for me when I was in Norway, food was just not a thing. It's just like something you I don't say like something you just eat to not be hungry. Then okay, you want to go. That's like you eat food maybe in Norway to not be hungry. In Italy, you eat food to enjoy. You eat food to be with your family. You eat food to the culture. That's the different thing. And I really like the Italian way of with the food, the culture, and maybe not Italian don't even realize. They just think it's normal, but it's not normal, because if you go to other countries, maybe especially Norway, you're gonna see people don't appreciate food that much. People don't value food that much. And for me, it's really interesting. I really like the fact.
Yes, I noticed. I agree. I noticed that when I moved here. I was like, okay, why people are not so interested in food? Weird. Are they on a diet?
On a diet.
Yes, never-ending diet. Okay. Next one, the last one.
Yeah.
Back to your Norwegian course.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my followers were really interested because, as I said, they want to learn Norwegian, and many of them are looking for a Norwegian teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to know if you accept new students for your Norwegian classes, if during classes you only speak English and Norwegian or also Italian. Okay. How can people eventually get in contact with you, and if you offer individual or group classes, and which platform do you use? I can repeat them if you forgot some of them.
I will explain the concept, and you can ask some other questions. So I have because I know that people who go to Norway, they have a lot of the cases they have problems with speaking Norwegian, because and it's a problem because especially I think you can agree with me, like if you go to Norway, it's so important that you speak the language, especially if you want to have a job, if you want to get integrated. It's so important also, like also in in Italy, every country, it's like more or less like that. So people, like there's a problem that people come to Norway and there's not really a lot of ways to learn it, because there's so many is it difficult to find someone that people struggle really with that. So what I did is that I created like a platform where I teach exactly that Norwegian language, where I start actually also people from zero that don't know anything. I start with the alphabet. I start with basic things. I have like a platform where I teach everything of this. We have the videos. We have like also you have access to me on WhatsApp. We have chats. So like once a week we meet on like we have chats on WhatsApp where we like speak about everything to learn the written things. Then once a week, each Saturday or Sunday, depending on the time, we have like a group all together with like 10 students where we speak all together. We discuss all the things with the grammar. I make all the students go together in pairs, like all together. We're there, like we're enjoying, we're having fun, we're laughing. We have like really, it's a really good, like a social thing we have. It's not, there's no pressure or anything. It's not like, oh, you're doing wrong. Maybe like you go to school and maybe you people get angry if you get mistake. In my courses, it's more like I want people to make mistakes. I want people to say the wrong things, that when you go in real life, you don't make those mistakes. I want you to make a lot of mistakes as possible there in my courses. So this is my kind of my concept. We have, like I said, we have I put it in pairs. You have to ask like, okay, for example, you start from the beginning. Hey, my name is Preben. How are you? Those things, and it's like basic conversations. Then we go over to more like rules about the structure of the sentences to learn exactly how it works. Like the language, how it's structured, the verbs, like there's some rules in the beginning that you should learn, and then after that, it's just about learning like more and more words. Like I said, like you learn like vocabulary. So I gave you maybe 100 different words that you know how to structure those things, so you can be able to make sentences and then in the end speak. Okay, but we start really simple. We have a lot of fun. We focus on the part that, like I said, is actually that we use. Like I'm speaking, like I speak, like, hey, like what's up? What are you doing? What are your plans later? Or maybe you speak about some specific situation. We go to a restaurant, everyone together, like on the course, of course, and then we order food. We speak about how can you say this. I stop. I say, how can you ask now for where is the bathroom, for example, like things that happen in real life. So it's always in situations like that. It's just really
like
we have a lot of fun, and we have everything is on. We have on Skype, and we use WhatsApp or Telegram also. And the thing you said about Italian, I actually have some Spanish people and some Italian people that don't speak that well English. So luckily I speak both Italian and Spanish. So also with Italian students, I help them with if there's something they don't understand. I explain it also in Italian. I explain some things, how to say things. So I have really good success with that. I actually have things that no one else, because there's not a lot of Norwegian people that speak Italian and those things. That's a good thing that we have. We can connect also with Italian people because I speak some Italian. That's a really good thing. So I help people. I actually had like there was a period actually here in Trento. I did some private lesson with some actually people from Trento that wanted to go to Norway. So I have like with the whole family, we're sitting there around. Everyone is like we're speaking in Italian, like to learn Norwegian. It was really fun. So it was like actually one of the first lessons I had in Norwegian was with Italian family in Trento. Actually, it was really funny. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we had tell me.
I like your teaching style.
Yeah.
Cool. I think it really helps people practicing language. So it's really modern, I would say.
Yeah.
And not the kind of foreign language lessons we are used to in Italy in school.
Yeah. I agree with that, because I've seen also when I started learning Spanish, actually, I that's what I saw, like how much time we were actually wasting on learning, because I've seen, okay, we were actually sitting there 20 people together having a teacher, and we were reading a book, and we were translating a text about native people in, I don't know, it was South America or something. I was like super like okay, I learned some things like citizens. I learned things like nature, like things like, okay, there's like advanced concept, but I didn't really learn how to express myself and how to meet someone. That's the problem. Like I was like, this is a problem actually. Even though like I managed to learn it, not with actually like a language school, but with actually speaking with people, and by learning the basic grammar, and then I kind of like start as soon as possible to go into real life, instead of going to study all these rules that much. We don't do that that much. We learn the basics without going like, you have to remember this. It's like this rule, this, you don't go crazy. So we learn simple things, and then we apply it as soon as possible and make a lot of mistakes in the beginning. So that's my kind of way of teaching. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's really great.
Yeah, I have
From what I heard, I would really recommend your classes to anyone who wants to learn Norwegian, because it's really, you go really straight to the point. So
yeah, we kind of I have super lot of people that are really happy with this thing. I have people actually coming to Norway and got jobs because of this. They actually speak like fluent Norwegian. They have in like, they work in offices, they work in bars, they work in restaurants. So it's nice to see, and also like the best part of like my job, like to see that people write me like, hey Preben, thank you so much, I got a new job, like my family came here, that's super amazing. Like, wow, I can do this just with teaching a language. It's so like amazing how I can do that.
yes, change people's life.
Yeah, that's been like a really like a good part for me. Like I can actually affect so many things just by speaking.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, I think it's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. So good job.
Yeah, thank you.
There are people that have to thank you a lot.
Yeah, it's been a really. It started out really simple, and then I started studying it. I started getting into it. I started looking at what works and what people are struggling with, and I took kind of like the lessons from, I see other language schools, what are they doing, what is the problem of them. I kind of made my own thing, and I'm really happy with the results. Yeah.
Good job. You should consider becoming a teacher, maybe. Engineer.
Yeah.
No, it's really a good attitude, I would say, when teaching any kind of subject to the people.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes. So that was my last question.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want to add, you're just to say whatever you want.
I think that it's been a nice interview. We went more like into things, and we spoke about a lot of. We didn't plan this thing. That's the only thing. We didn't. It's like a natural conversation. Is really good, and I think that like the difference between like Italian and Norwegian is just like there's so many like big differences, and almost so many like small differences that it just depends on I can speak because I'm actually a Norwegian living in Italy. You're an Italian living in Norway, so we have like the both perspectives, It's been like.
What I see that we do most things, so we kind of have the same point of view.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think that we can actually we can see what are the differences, and we can say I don't know about you, but for me it's like I see there is good things and there's bad things about both, and I think it's just about what like people ask me like, what do you prefer, like is it better, and I always tell them like, yeah, it is better, but it's not better. You have to think about what you like, so I have to think like, okay, do you like, obviously if you enjoy food, you enjoy nice weather, open people, like enjoy that lifestyle, you can go to Italy, but if you like other things like in Norway, maybe you want like a more better payment, like better job, maybe like you have to deal with other things, you have to deal with the climate, you have to deal with the food. So I think it's about, you have to see what you like, so it's like both of the things. I'm sure you can agree.
There's no perfect, you just have to find out which is best for you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
Then thank you very much.
Thank you.
It has been really nice to have a real Norwegian on my YouTube channel finally, and hear your experience about living in Italy. So thanks a lot, and maybe we can do that another time, another interview with more questions. If my followers want to write questions here under the video, the comments, or on my other platforms.
Perfect. Yeah. If you want to get in contact with me, we'll probably put my Instagram here, my website as well. If you want to have like lessons, I'm always like available on Instagram. You'll find in a link probably, where I will answer questions. If you want to have some like lessons, whatever you want to, like if you want some help with, maybe like also she can help you with, if there's something in Norway, something you like help with, then we can help you, of course. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I will put all your links to your YouTube channel and your Instagram under the link.
Yeah, I'll probably put if there's someone who wants lesson or something like that, we have I'll put my website there as well, where you can click and get instant information, everything you need if you want to learn Norwegian. Of course, yeah. Perfect. Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thanks to you. It has been a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Enjoy Italian weather. Italian food.
We have nice weather today. I will enjoy. Yes, okay. Goodbye. Ciao.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
E siamo giunti alla conclusione di questa intervista. Io ragazzi mi sono divertita veramente un mondo a realizzarla. Vi ringrazio tantissimo per aver inviato delle domande così interessanti, ci hanno dato degli spunti molto belli secondo me di conversazione, di riflessione. Ringrazio di cuore il nostro ospite che è stato super disponibile, una persona veramente squisita e secondo me un insegnante di lingua con grandissime potenzialità. Detto da me che sono così critica verso qualunque cosa, ha veramente un grande valore quello che ho detto. In più apprezza il cibo italiano, quindi noi italiani siamo sempre super contenti quando gli stranieri amano il nostro cibo, quindi persona veramente top. Vi ringrazio se avete seguito l'intervista fino alla fine, mi rendo conto che è stata lunga, che la qualità video e audio forse non era delle migliori, però penso che la qualità del contenuto abbia compensato i problemini tecnici che abbiamo avuto. Se vi interessa scriverci delle altre domande, fare una nuova intervista, possiamo sicuramente organizzare in futuro, quindi se volete fare altre domande scrivetele pure qui sotto nei commenti sotto il video. Vi ringrazio, fatemi sapere cosa ne pensate. Un bacione ragazzi, adebra!